Hi everybody, it's Honest John again. I just read a really fascinating article called The Truth About the Fast and Furious Scandal. It was in Fortune magazine, written by Catherine, I don't know whether her last name is pronounced Eben or Eben. The picture that emerges from this article is much different than the public perception of what went on. What's generally believed about this scandal is that the ATF deliberately allowed guns to be walked into Mexico. They were trying to trace them to the drug cartels. That's not really what happened. The ATF conducted surveillance on suspected gun traffickers, and they submitted 31 names of suspects to federal and state prosecutors. And they asked for permission to confiscate the guns. The permission was denied, and no action was ever taken against the gun traffickers because in Arizona it is perfectly legal to traffic in guns. When you go to an Arizona gun show, you can walk in there and you can buy as many guns as you want. You can buy 100, you can buy a couple of thousand. All you have to do is certify that they're for your personal use. But the law also allows you to change your mind. So what happens in an Arizona gun show is that there's a whole lot of people that as soon as they hit the door into the parking lot, or as soon as they get home, they change their mind. Let me tell you something. You go to an Arizona gun show, the real action is out in the parking lot. Because, see, then you can sell guns to anybody you want. You're a private citizen. You don't have to conduct a background check. So, you could be selling your gun to somebody on probation or parole who can't pass a background check in the gun show. But they're going to get their gun. You could be selling it to some guy called Jose from Mexico. Now, where the ATF screwed up is that they should have kept better track of the guns while they were here in the United States. And they should have coordinated with Mexican authorities so that when those guns hit the border, the guns would have been seized and the suspects arrested. But they failed to do that, and that was a major screw-up. And everybody involved with that should be embarrassed. But deliberately walking guns into Mexico to try to trace them to drug cartels, that didn't happen. And believe me, there was no conspiracy against the Second Amendment. That is a smokescreen. See, there is a cover-up going on in the Fast and Furious scandal, but it's not being done by the administration. It's being done by the NRA and Darrell Issa. See, if Darrell Issa really wanted to find out what was going on in the Fast and Furious scandal, well, he would have called in the ATF agents running Fast and Furious to find out what went on. And they would have told him about the 31 suspects, and they would have told him about how they weren't allowed to confiscate the guns because of the Arizona gun laws. And all of a sudden, the focus is on that. And nobody's more aware of that than the NRA because they wrote the laws. So the real culprits in all of this are Arizona lawmakers who wrote those laws legalizing gun trafficking, and the NRA, who was behind them. And there's a reason why they want to put up this smokescreen. Like I said, you go to a gun show, you're going to see a whole lot of people selling guns out in the parking lot to people they don't know who they are. Or you're going to find out that the people are taking them home and selling them. And most of those people who are doing that are NRA members. See, the NRA, through its members, makes a whole lot of money in the gun trafficking business. That's the real scandal of Fast and Furious. NRA members out in the parking lot at gun shows, changing their mind about all these guns they bought, just selling them to anybody who wants them. And a whole lot of money and a whole lot of guns winding up in the hands of the Mexican drug cartels. Thanks for listening.